to make sure I'm continuing to fight to make sure that every American, especially Black Americans, have justice like our boy died for, right? That's right.
Make some noise one more time for Representative Mario. Everybody say enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
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 Enough is enough is a battle cry in Wisconsin for police reform, for justice, for fairness, to have a police department that actually will protect and serve you too, even when your skin is black. Now, I'm honored I get a chance to bring that message also here in the battle for voting rights, also in the battle for political power of our community. Many people don't know the battle for voting rights goes back in the state of Wisconsin all the way to 1865, not 1965. 100 years before the Voting Rights Act, you had a black man named Ezekiel Gillespie who actually tried to register to vote years before that case, and he was denied in the state of Wisconsin. He was smart. He did what amazing oppressed people do. He got a lawyer, and his lawyer found a way to bring a method in his court case that said actually the voters of Wisconsin voted in a referendum to end suffrage against African American people in a referendum in 1849. Maybe they didn't know what they were voting for, but they voted to vote that down, and that allowed him to challenge it in Wisconsin State Court and win his case in 1865, so they had to reverse the decision. Of course, the opposition does what the opposition does. They changed the rules in the middle of the game. So they did not allow him to finally get the right to vote as they changed the rules again. But that's exactly what we see in today. These folks in our opposition, some people call them enemies, some people call them adversaries. I call them cheaters because they can't allow the rules to stand in the way that it starts in the beginning of the game. They found out we know what we're doing. We are having messages in our community that actually connect to the plight of our people, to the connection of the issues of our generation. So people are standing up, they're getting engaged in the political process, they are holding elected officials' feet to the fire, and they're letting their voices be heard. And we're winning. So if it wasn't really that valuable, they wouldn't be attacking our voting rights like that.
Absolutely, that's right.
And that's why this battle today to honor the Voting Rights Act on this anniversary day is so important for us to stand in this moment and rise to the occasion of our generation and our calling from our ancestors to say, what did you do on this day? What did you do to fight for where we left the baton and gave it to you? So that is on us. So in Wisconsin, we are standing with you, DC. We support DC Statehood. We support this battle for voting rights all across our nation. And we're going to get it in today.
Yep.
We're going to get heard today.
Absolutely.
We're going to make our voice count today. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we depart from here and get ready to march, we are looking forward to today's activities. I want to just thank all of the organizers who worked diligently as part of this Freedom Friday Coalition and in the filibuster. Today's action is a part of this week-long action From Recess Can Wait, Democracy Can. And from the young elected officials, from the People for the American Way, all the way to For All, to Raices, and to all these organizations, Facebook Black Lives and Until Freedom, we've all come together as a part of this week of action that started on Monday with the march and direct action. Over 200 people were arrested with Reverend Dr. Jesse Lewis Jackson and Reverend Dr. William Barber, Reverend Liz Theo Harris, and the Poor People's Campaign. And today the young people, largely a new generation of freedom fighters, are coming in this week, amen, with some good trouble. And so Until Freedom, which is a intersectional civil rights organization, which is on the forefront, our leading organization for this generation, has been a critical partner in this fight this week. And so their co-founders, Tamika Mallory, Linda Sarsour, my son Leonard, and Angelo Pinto will now come and greet us and speak to us and get us fired up as we get ready to march. And lead there, Johnny.
Most important guy that's here. I'm gonna just tell him what I'm doing. Right. No. I'm doing this.
Go ahead, let's talk. Thank you. This is your action today, and we appreciate it.
All right, guys, we're family.
Yeah, this is what we do. So anyway, first of all, I'm really honored that you all came out here today, and I appreciate the way Reverend Stephen Green contextualized today. We saw a lot of our elders, and it broke my heart for the past couple of weeks watching the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who actually did march with Dr. King and who's still alive today, who's frail and who's old and who's tired of fighting for the same things that he was fighting for 57 years ago. So to see a young generation like you, to see a new generation out here saying, don't worry, Reverend Jesse, we got you, we got it from here, makes me very proud, and I hope that you are proud. Today is the anniversary of the Voting Rights Act. So on this day, 57 years ago, the Voting Rights Act was put into place. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to reverse that because they watch black people and brown people in Georgia get up. They watch black and brown people in states like Michigan and across the country help us to defeat a fascist in the White House. And when they saw that power building, when they see people like London, they see people like David, they see elected officials across the country like Rashida and Ilhan and AOC and Cori Bush, they want that to stop. They don't want us to be powerful. So what they're doing is, in the way that they do that is they use voting rights laws to suppress our rights and give us less access to the polls. And so the reason why we're in DC, because people will say, why don't you go fight in New York, and you fight in Tennessee, and you fight in Wisconsin? We come to DC because federal legislation trumps state law. So when you pass the laws in Congress, the state governors and the legislators cannot overturn or override federal legislation. So that's why we need the Senate to do the right thing. So why today? Not only is it the Voting Rights Act anniversary, it's also the day when the Senate thinks they're going home, when there is work that is undone. If any black or brown worker in America left their job without finishing what they have to do, they would be at risk of being fired. And so that we have to make sure they understand that they work for us. So that's why we're here today. So we're not just marchers. We say we march and we invite you to a march, but that's not really who we are. We are not marchers. We are disruptors, and that's what we do. So what you're actually participating in today is not a march per se. You will be marching. You will use your feet to march, but you are actually going to disrupt the arteries of Washington, D.C. Those senators that think they're going on vacation or they think they're going back to the district, well, they might just have a little bit of delays to get. They might not actually get to where they need to get to at the time that they want to get to. And that is a way to bring awareness and let the U.S. Senate know that we are serious and we need them to do their job. So for logistical purposes, there are leaders. And it's okay to follow leaders. Sometimes I'm the leader, sometimes I'm a follower. And that's just how this movement's going to have to work today. So the reason why we say there's leaders is you want to watch the leaders of the march, and wherever the leaders go is where you go. No one goes out because we are a unit. We are marching as one today. And there is going to be a direct action. And that will happen later, and when we get to another destination, we'll explain more about the direct action so you can understand your level of participation. What we try to do is make sure everybody has an entry point. So not everybody goes all the way with us, but we are going to give you opportunities to go some ways, to the level of your comfort. But we want you to be there to bear witness at the very least, to watch disruptors just like our ancestors. Dr. Martin Luther King wasn't just a peaceful man, he was a disruptor. He disrupted. When we invoke the names of people like Congressman John Lewis was a disruptor. He was not just the old man that you see now, or at least, that we revere now after his passing. We all saw him as an older congressman. He was a young man. He was a student. He was a college student when he was organizing. So oftentimes we see the elders, but in fact the elders were young at some point. They were our age and even younger, and many of them your age. So I'm honored to be here. And I promise you folks, we say this all the time, 30 years from now, you're going to look back and be like, I was there. I was with them at the at the MLK Memorial. It was Voting Rights Anniversary. And then the Senate figured out that we were serious, and then the Senate did what they had to do. So what we learned was, knowing of all the actions, that the Senate Democrats, an article came out saying that the Senate Democrats are feeling the pressure. The pressure of all the organizations, all the activism that's been happening, not just here in Washington, D.C., but across the country. So when we said, oh, okay, so you're feeling the pressure, we're about to increase the heat. So what you're doing today is you're taking that pressure to the next level. And so I hope that you're proud, and I hope that we get to do this more often together, and that we continue this revolutionary summer. So this is Lee Merrick, because we're the least important people here. Here's the most important person. Why? Sometimes things happen. You saw the police coming in and out of here. Lee Merrick is an attorney. He is very well known for representing families across the country who have been victims of police brutality or white supremacist vigilante violence. He is someone who got our back, and so he's going to be here, as you can see from his shirt, with his team to observe, to make sure that we are respected, that the police know that they are not to violate our civil rights, because we got champions watching to ensure that our rights are protected today. So this is Lee Merrick. If you feel like the cops is doing anything to make you uncomfortable, or anyone's engaging in any type of activity toward you, particularly from government agencies, all you got to do is flag down Lee, and Lee's going to take care of it.
He's also running for Attorney General in in Texas. And we need that support. Donation. I'm the what do you call it? The unofficial fundraising person. So
Go ahead, Lee.
Well, just so we bring the energy, it's something we used to do in church. Turn to your neighbor and say, "I'm proud of you." I'm proud of you.
Proud of you. I'm proud of you. I didn't say it. Say it.
You are powerful.
You are powerful.
And one more person to say, we are in this together. It's important we're not just standing here together as a group. We are in this together. This is a coordinated action. We didn't just roll out of bed and say, hey, let's go disrupt something. We have a specific plan. We can't lay out the entire plan because that's not how this works. But guess what? We're in this together. All right? So as long as you all look towards our leaders, and thank you, Brother Green. Your role in this is to bring your energy. Your role in this is to show up and put your bodies on the line. We respect that. You are powerful. You can change the narrative. You can change the outcomes that we're pushing for. And you're right. The Congress people are feeling the pressure. So much so when I flew out here on Monday. Is it Monday? When I flew out here on Monday, there was so much pressure and so much a response to you all showing up and constantly protesting and organizing that they told me, I had some plans in California, so I flew out to California and let you say, get your ass back here because we got work to do on this Friday. So I'm so proud to stand with you all this Friday, today, because today is the day that you get to make your impact on the outcomes that we're pushing for, that you get to make your impact on voter rights, on reparations, on DC statehood. We're going to stand with this together. I just ask that you all, again, I'll be in the big bright red t-shirt. There is a team of lawyers here. They're not all identified, but we are working toward you. Our job is to make sure that you're safe. I'm asking that you record everything. So if you have your phones charged, you want to record not only law enforcement, but if there's people that you don't know that sort of attach themselves to the movement, those are disruptors too. And that can happen. It's your job to stay vigilant. So we're recording, we're taking down badge numbers where when we're accusing somebody of being disruptive, get them on tape so that we have that information. But just know that we're all in this together. I'm so proud to stand with you, and I believe that we will win ultimately. All right, so let's go.
Before we leave, I just want to say this, man. Freedom ain't free. If it was, then we'd have been already free. But we'd already got voting rights. We'd already got everything that we want. And as we stand here today, in the Martin Luther King Memorial morning anniversary, Lyndon B. Johnson told him to make it. Give them the glory now. That's right. It's time for us to make them take that. Time for us to play our part. All right, so one last thing, because what Mike's talking about is how we gonna make them do it is by making some good trouble. That's right. So we're gonna make some good trouble today. They've already been trying to figure out how to stop us from making good trouble, and we said no, we're gonna make good trouble. So I'm asking that if you have a T-shirt, if you could put it on, make the Freedom Friday March. If you need a shirt, if you're gonna be on the front line,
You can just go behind the little tree over
go
there.
behind the tree. Can you put the sash on top of the
Yeah,
shirt?
you can put the sash on top.
That's also bad. bathroom, just water, and then we're going to get ready to march. Now, I'm giving you a couple instructions. Excuse me, a couple instructions. We're going to march on this street here towards the George Washington Bridge. They have blocked. We're going to take a lane. So I need everyone to find a partner because we're going to march 2 by 2. This is not going to be a parade. This is a march. This is about channeling the power of nonviolent resistance, which recognizes that there is a powerful force that is stronger than hate, and that's love. This recognizes that the powers that we wrestle not against the weapons of this world, but we wrestling against a different power. So we're not coming to, we're going to have fun, it's a vibe. But we're here for some work today. So I want you to be diligent and militant. So when we walk 2 by 2, we're marching together. It's not a rush. We're not in the Olympics. We're going on a journey today. And it's a good journey. So if you need a break, there's some cars that will be following us that you can kind of fall back and sit in if you need a rest. There's going to be some water, but we need to do that.
They're over here on the corner, right on the wall. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so if we have the t-shirts, we got our banner, and we could just turn this way. Banner folks, first 4 on the banner. Yes. If you all come this way, and then we're going to start.
Good, clean shave.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you.
What's going on, Chad?
You all right? Yeah. Back to normal. 2020, man. Had some weird effects on me. Actually, is there a new company policy going on over here?
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. Talk about it, but it's looking clean too. Yeah. This is gonna be a long walk.
Yeah. The reason I shaved is because it gets you better sealing mask.
Like I said in Ferguson, I used to carry something like that around, then I got lazy and I just go phone with the phone.
After hearing today's route, I'm slightly regretting this setup, but
I would have packed lighter, personally.
I think it might be worth it at the end, though.
Apparently they're still in session and they're having a vote plan tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I'm glad I
Get that confirmed before I say something.
Could you say it on camera, please?
Check the schedule.
So this is not 2 by 2. So we got the first 4. We got the first 4. Come on.
Oh, that's so cute. Yes, basically, you got your driving slow.
This was Steven.
You should be behind one of these. Straight line. Water is coming.
The Senate is not in session. Some of the lines are travel.
Oh, you know I am. I'm gonna wait for y'all to start walking.
Excuse me, if I can't see the 2 lines, I need you to see. There we go. Come on, look at y'all. Brilliant. Beautiful organized. Beautiful organized. Separate, give them a little, you want to, it's social distance.
Back at it again, man.
I got shot.
I'm tired. Back at it again, man.
I'm old and tired.
My sister, there we go. Y'all can just.
I'm old and tired. My 26 is going on 56.
If I can't see
Telling
the water, then boats can't come across.
Aging in dog years.
I need y'all.
I haven't seen that for 3 decades.
Whose side are you on? Somebody's side. All right. Let's close it. Everybody got a side. Everybody got a partner? Look at that. Y'all look amazing. Okay, London and David, I need y'all up here. My state representatives with my college students. They're going to stand right here. Y'all stand right in front of them. Hey, y'all.
Oh, really? No. They can have a secondary round of four.
All right, now are we? Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta take the skywalk.
The preachers. Can I get some of the preachers to come up and help hold the line? Stay, please. Devin and where is? Come on, Kevin. Chris, for y'all.
Well, they're saying 2 by 2. I think they're trying to not get interrupted by actually doing it.
Let me get it right.
Bridge has sidewalk. Turn left at the bridge. I think it's the highway.
Okay. Are we ready? All right, family, come on. We're gonna come this way. Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
We're on the freedom side.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
We're on the freedom side.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
We're on the freedom side.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
We're on the freedom side.
Freedom side.
What side are you on, my people? What side are you on?
We're on the freedom side.
John Lewis was a freedom fighter and he taught us how to fight. John Lewis was a freedom fighter and he taught us how to fight.
That's right. Okay, if you need water, please. Is the water? Right. Let me find out where the park ranger is.
So they would be that way.
Right. Just trying to see if that gift shop had a refrigerator in it, like literally just run in there.
That's gonna be
Here in Lincoln. Probably too.
probably take cash only.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of going to this place. Give me all the
pass one of them.
Gatorade
You
you
want
have.
getting me one?
Okay. Yeah, I will.
If not, don't worry about it.
Same to you. Do you want cash? I could hand you cash. So.
Nah.
Okay. I don't want either of us to dehydrate to death on this.
Well, at least the airport has no shortage of places to sit down.
So have you flown recently? It's actually it's busier now.
What?
Well, it's closer to it. But I was going to say the airport's a little busier now.
I was like, all right,
We got more water right here. To the right, the box going around. So if you need some water, put the hand up, say something. We got some water going around.
See how many photographers I can annoy you this thing today. See how many people I can annoy you this thing today.
Oh. The Alejandro stick.
Oh, hey, Brian. This is Ford Alejandro. Okay, yeah, I
Hey.
recognize you. Hey,
Nice to meet you.
Alejandro. Hey, you guys got Brian. Alejandro.
Which outlet are you?
I'm with Nerve today. Nerve.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're on.
Don't stop the march.
Huh?
All right,
Take a
we're
little
ready.
wrong turn.
Got our tools. All right, this is the last one to shade. Y'all got water? Everyone got water? I know. Let me get my. I'm waiting on. Can I put this in there? They gonna.
So Black Voters Matter is behind
What are you doing, man?
Who needs it more?
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right, I'm gonna pound it. I'm over.
Do it.
Oh yeah, ready.
Do it.
Take that water. It's tend to be going for us.
You need one bottle of water per Jamie consumed last night.
Exactly. I take like a hydration bill. It's like how much do I really love these? Go leave the van. Am I gonna do it?
Oh, actually.
Let me get my banner right here.
Let me get the banner right here.
If you're in front of the banner and not pressed, hey, we got water right here.
Don't be in front of the banner if you're not pressed.
Okay.
Don't be in front of the banner if you're not pressed.
All right. I need back my tools. I need back with my tools.
Get back lined up in our tools.
We need those two. I really need y'all to stay in the tools. Come on. All right, now stop here. Now, I need the tools. I need to get my tools. We got no fours. We got a lot of fours first. I got a lot of fours, but then I need to get them tools to my tools. Queens right behind, then say grab y'all get right behind. Okay, we about to know what you can get everybody. I'm all right. Okay, everybody get up there. So come up to the line. Come up to the line. Okay. Now y'all gotta be on the same page. All right? So y'all are critical. All right? I need 2 by 2 because we're taking one lane.
2 by 2, y'all. 2 by 2, we're going to be on one lane closer to the sidewalk. We are in one lane, y'all. We're in one lane. Stay in this one lane over here right here. We got traffic on the other side of us.
Chuck with the big old thing.
Let's go.
What side are you on, my people? What side are you on?
We on the freedom side.
What side are you on, my people? What side are you on?
We on the freedom side.
The freedom fighter, and he taught us how to fight. MLK was a freedom fighter, and he taught us how to fight. What side are you on, my people? what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
I hope y'all know my chant from earlier. We're gonna do the number chant now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's slavery, genocide, and war, y'all. Slavery, genocide, and war. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. America was never great. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Slavery, genocide, and war.
5, 6, 7, 8.
America was never great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Slavery, genocide, and war.
5, 6, 7, 8.
America was never great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Slavery, genocide, and war.
5, 6, 7, 8.
America was never great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Slavery, genocide, and war.
5, 6, 7, 8.
America was never great. When do we want it?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Justice.
When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we
Trying to like conserve my energy. I feel like I'm gonna nail it.
I said if we don't get it,
Shut
it down. When our rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When our voting rights are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? I said, what do we do? This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks
No
like.
justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace. Hey, look. When I say no voter rights, y'all say no peace. No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
No voter rights.
No peace.
Look, when I ask y'all what do we want, y'all gonna say voting rights. All right? What do we want?
Voting rights.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Voting rights.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Voting rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it,
Shut it
I
down.
said if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
what do we want?
Voting rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Voting rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
It's if we don't get it.
Shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
then we don't get it.
Shut it down.
All right, y'all, this time you're going to say DC Statehood. What do we want?
DC Statehood.
When do we want it?
Now.
Say, what do we want?
DC Statehood.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
we're going to say reparations this time, y'all. What do we want?
Reparations.
When do we want it?
Now.
And what do we want?
Reparations.
When do we want it?
Now.
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
and if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
nothing. Everybody's got a right to vote. Everybody's got a right to vote. And before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Everybody's got a right to vote.
Y'all got it?
Everybody's got a right to vote. Everybody's got a right to vote. And before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Everybody Everybody's got a right to vote.
All right, 2 by 2.
Everybody's got a right to vote. Everybody's got a right to vote.
Ariana,
and
good?
Before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Everybody's got a right. I want to hear a crowd. I want to hear a crowd. Everybody's got a right. We're going to get to that. Everybody's got a right to vote. And before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Everybody's got a right to vote. Got a right to vote. I got a right to vote. Vote, 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 vote. Got a right to vote. Singing, everybody's got a right to vote. Everybody's got a right to vote. And before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Everybody's got a right to vote.
You can do an hour.
Everybody's got a right to vote. Everybody's got a right to vote. And before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Everybody's got a right to vote. 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 Vote, 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 vote. Got a right to vote. Got a right to vote. Got a right to march. 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 Got a right to march.
Got a right to march.
Got a right to vote.
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 Vote, 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 vote.
Vote, 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 vote.
Got a right to vote.
Got a right to vote.
Singing, everybody's got a right to vote. One more time. Everybody's got a right to vote. And before this campaign fails, we'll all go down to jail. Singing, everybody's got a right to vote. Woo-hoo! Here we go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The filibuster got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The filibuster has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The filibuster has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The filibuster has got to go. Ho, ho! The filibuster has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Jim Crow has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Jim Crow has got to go. Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Jim Crow has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Are you dressed?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Come on, let it bring on the bridge. Y'all march across the bridge now. Oh, Lordy. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hey, y'all, let's go. All across the bridge, I'm gonna let it shine. All across the bridge, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, all across the bridge, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Out in the voting right, we're gonna let it shine. Out in the voting right, we're gonna let it shine. Oh, out in the voting right, we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Marching for DC Statehood, we're gonna let it shine. Marching for DC Statehood, we're gonna let it shine. Oh, marching for DC Statehood, we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time, y'all. All across the world, democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks
I said, show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
What democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace.
Hey, good.
No peace. No peace.
Yeah, I honestly probably should have used the lighter camera. I didn't realize how far we were going. I kind of assumed it was going to go to the Capitol, but this is unique though. I mean, this is different. Like, I haven't seen something like this before, so I think it'll grab headlines and stuff. How are you? You've been making like an impact. Like, yeah. But so your actual position is it's in education, right? Or like, was it education board or something?
Yes, I was on the board of education. My term expired in January.
Oh, okay, right.
So when I ran for the council last year,
Oh, I get it. Okay, so you don't get to stay at the lower level. Okay, got it.
yeah, because my term was expiring at the same. My seat was on the ballot at the same time.
And so now it's fully in kind of progressive activism stuff.
So I'm working with people for the American Race Leadership Programs, the Young Elected Officials Network. So both David and London state reps, they're members of our network.
Right.
So that's been a lot of our work. And then we appreciate that the electeds and activists around the country organized around the community work, and we're getting into reimagining public safety.
Like community policing type stuff? Like community policing, alternative to current policing structures?
Exactly. So one of our members, Savante Myers, up in Washington, is now completely replacing his police department. Replacing it with Public Safety and Community Solutions.
Right.
So most of our folks are being on.
The filibuster's got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. The filibuster's got to go. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching on the freedom land. Ain't gonna let oppression turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Ain't gonna let suppression turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom. Y'all ready for this one? Ain't gonna let Joe Manchin turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Ain't gonna let Joe Manchin turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom. Ain't gonna let the filibuster turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Ain't gonna let the filibuster turn me around. I'm gonna keep on talking, Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let suppression turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom. Nobody ain't gonna let nobody.
It's not that big of a lake.
Turn me around, yeah, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody. Turn me around. Okay, everyone, tighten up. This one gets a lot tighter. We need two. We need two dudes right here for this about to be, y'all. This is the trail. What's it called? Come on up. It's about. Give us a hand. We done made it halfway. Our burning trail has just become the People's Trail and the Freedom Trail. They thought they were going to exercise, but they got something coming. So, 2 by 2, we're going to keep it marching, keep it going. I know, right? Y'all need some water. I don't know where it is, but we got some. So, HBCU students, y'all want to tell us, somebody want to tell us why y'all are here today? No.
No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
One more time.
No justice! No peace! 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 Virginia Union University!
Hey, y'all, let's give a round of applause to our DUU family right here with us. Shout out to all HBCUs. HBCUs have been the founding grounds of revolution. Free and black leadership, we appreciate y'all for being out here. DUU, Miss DUU. It's all for everybody. We appreciate y'all.
Ain't no number no F1. No, this guy.
When the people rise up, power comes down. Damn, you want to take the mic? Hey, it's really important today that everybody understands to go in, take any breaks, but we got to keep them on the street doing the work. Every time we come out and we use our voices to lift up the people, it's important that we keep educating, organizing, and mobilizing on ideas that we put into our people. If we don't continue to spread the word of what's happening in our community, nobody else will. It's important for us to keep pushing forward, to never let anybody or anyone stop us from fighting for our God-given rights. Every time we push, every time we understand that there's no legislation to protect us, like we see other people and other ethnicities push and fight. We do not ignore. We do not work. Everybody needs social justice. Everybody needs not racist. We have to be on one accord in that fight. If we do not, we will lose. We have to stick together. If you want to go fast, go along. If you want to go hard,
Miss B, go ahead. Come up here, sis. Come over here.
We have people in our Remember, at the end of the day, whole street, whole street, whole street, whole street, whole street, whole street. Never forget that, never forget that. Fight. Push forward. We have anybody.
right, so this is a bit of an unconventional march route because they've basically started at the Martin Luther King Memorial, and they're actually heading toward Reagan Airport, apparently. So they crossed over the bridge, so we're now actually on the Virginia side of the line, technically. They're marching off-road right now. This is like the Mount Vernon Trail. This is actually this is a bike route. But so they're heading toward the airport. I think on my end, I'm so dehydrated. I just need to I'm still gonna be walking with them, but I need a break. At Reagan Airport, they're expected to disrupt, physically try to stop the, theoretically Congress people from leaving for their recess. So I'm gonna go live again as we start actually approaching DCA, but I just need to take a break. So I'm gonna cut the live feed, but I'll be live again as soon as they sort of the action resumes. But I'm sticking around here. We'll have live updates when anything happens. So you can look forward to another live stream in the